Hey folks, I've had a couple of requests for a video, and some people are interested in learning how I smoke with a gas grill, and that's what this video is about. Okay, I've got my gas grill here, and what I've done, here, let me move this out of the way. What I've done here is I've gotten a piece of hardware cloth, as you can see, and I got it bent just right so it will go across there. It won't allow my wood chips to fall down in there. Well, they're not supposed to anyway. But anyway, what I did was I got that piece of hardware cloth and cut it just the right size, and then I burned it with a torch to get all of the chemicals off of there that make it galvanized. Okay, because I didn't want to cook with galvanized metal. All right, the next thing that you want to do, I've got this positioned right above my burner, by the way. Let me show you that. Here's one of my burners, and the flames come out on the side right there, and that will heat up those wood chips. All right, obviously the heat's gonna come out over here, and whatever wood chips I put down here will be heated up. So the next thing you want to do is you want to get you some pecan. I use pecan wood, and it's the best for smoking. It's got the best flavor. It's really delicious. So get your pecan chips, and for this I'm going to use chips because I'm going to do chicken, and I'm going to slow smoke it for 3 hours or maybe even 4 hours. It depends. Sometimes I use chunks. If I'm going to do a steak and I'm going to do it for like an hour or maybe 2 hours, then I'll use chunks. But this time I'm going to do chicken for a long time. So I've got some wood chips, and I've put them in a thing with some and filled it with water. I want that to soak up as much of that water as I can. So I'm going to leave it in there for a day or two. Okay, and we'll be back in a day or two when these are ready. When these are soaked up real good, I want them soaking wet. I want them soaking wet. So we'll be back in a day or two when those are ready. Folks, the next thing you want to do is prepare your meat in question. On this cooking video, I'm going to smoke the chicken, and these are, I've got 3 pieces of chicken. I've thawed them out today, and this is going to require no marinade, okay, because the pecan smoke has got all the flavor. Trust me. Folks, after you've checked the weather and made sure the weather is going to permit barbecuing outside, and you've thawed out or prepared your meat, the next thing to do is set up your entertainment, because you're going to be here for a little while. Once you've got your forms of entertainment set up, next thing to do is to mix a drink. Alright folks, since we're going to be outside with this one and it's summertime and there's flies and stuff, we're going to use the insulated cup. This keeps cold things cold and hot things hot. So we'll just pour our drink in there, get our cup ready to wash, and we will cap it so flies can't get in. This cap fits perfect. Folks, don't forget, this ain't really a cooking video. This is a smoking video.
Are you crazy?
He's a little crazy. He's a freaking crazy lunatic.
Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and get my fire going. So I'm going to reach down here and turn on the gas bottle. Listen for leaks. Smell for leaks. Everything seems fine. And I will get the heat going. Okay folks, the first thing that I like to do is go ahead and get my grill lit, get the fire going, and turn it on as high as I can and burn off all of the extra garbage that might be in here from last time. So that's what I'll do now. Either you can use a lighter, I suggest one of these barbecue lighters, or you can just use a torch, which this one needs some gas. So I'm going to use this. Turn my fuel up, light it, turn it on high, turn on the next burner, turn on the next. I'm going to turn on all three burners on this grill. Happens to have 3 burners. Get them all 3 going and just close it. You also want to have a bottle of water, fresh water, so you can spray your fire out, because once your wood chips get a little bit dried out, they may want to catch on fire by themselves, and you don't want no fire. You just want smoke. So you will have to put the fire out with a little bit of water. All right, now while that heats up, folks, you just sit down, you find you some good tunes, and you sit back and sip on a drink while it gets hot. You want that to cook now. I mean, you want this grill to cook all of the old grease and nasty food and whatever's on there. Just get it good and hot. Get it good and hot, and then run over it with a scrub brush. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cook this grill up. Get it hot. Okay, it's hot enough now. It's been cooking for about 15 minutes, as high as it can go, and everything's cooked off. It's good, clean, nice hot grill. I'm going to go ahead and turn everything off now. Now that it's clean, I'm going to let it cool down, and then I'll be able to start reheating it and getting my wood in there and prepare to smoke the chicken. Okay, we're at 200 degrees, and that's where we want to start. That's probably where we want to try to keep it throughout the whole smoking process. 200 degrees Fahrenheit, folks. Okay, so I'm going to work over here with my wood. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this grill grate out. And set it right over here on the side. Like I showed you before, I have this this hardware cloth that I set over here so my wood chips don't fall through. Okay, now it's time to light the grill and put it on low. Get my lighter, light that burner only. Okay, the only burner I want to put heat to is right there where my wood chips are going to go. So go ahead and put it on high, light it up. Once you got your flame going, you can turn it on low. The lowest it'll go. All right. Now, take your wood chips that have been soaking in the water for a couple days. Go ahead and dump the water out. All right. Now we have just wood chips, no water. Put about half of them in there. Just about like that. And close the grill. Let those warm up until they start smoking. And once they start smoking, we can turn the heat off a little bit and start putting the chicken in. One thing I like to do to just add moisture to it is to go ahead and put some chunks on there. And these are also wet. Just to add moisture to it. You don't want it to get too dry. If it gets too dry, you've got your spray bottle and you can wet it back down a little bit. So let's just let that heat up a little bit, and you got to keep a close eye on this, folks, until it starts smoking. You're just going to get a little bit of smoke at first, but what you want to do is you want to turn that little bit of smoke into a large amount of smoke. So once it starts smoking, go ahead and turn your fire off and see what happens, and see if the smoke grows or if it goes out. If it goes out, you need more fire. All right, folks, I think that we got enough smoke going. Brought the chicken out. Let's lift up the grill. We're still at 200 degrees now. That's very important. We're still on low heat on this one burner only. And as you can see, we've got plenty of smoke coming up right there. So what I want to do is I want to put those pieces of chicken on that top shelf right above that smoke. Let's move a little closer. See that? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. We're going right there. Yeah, you can see that. Just pull them out of there. These are skinless and boneless thighs. Put them up there on the top. And this is going to assure that they're not going to be right above a flame. If the wood catches on fire, they won't be right on the flame. But it's also going to allow them to get full flavor from the smoke that's rising off that wood. One more to go. Woohoo! Don't forget those nuggets. Those thighs have those little nuggets on them. You don't want to lose those in between the grates. Now this smoking video is just for chicken. You know, you're going to have to do some different things if you're going to do steak or pork or fish or whatever. This is just for chicken, folks. Alright, we've got smoke, we've got meat. Let's control our heat. Now, since I opened the grill to put the meat in, our heat has come down to about 175. Let's get that back up to 200 before we check it. What I want to do is, once it gets to 200, I want to open up the grill and make sure there's no fire. Okay, we're back at 200. Let's check it. Okay, looks good. Let's just let it go. I can't stress to you enough, folks, that you do not want fire. All you want is smoke and a very little amount of heat. 150, 200 at the most. So you've got to keep an eye on this. When you're smoking with a gas grill, it's very important to keep an eye on this. Once your smoke gets to rolling real good, you can turn your heat completely off and stand by with your water bottle, because once those wood chips dry out just enough, they will catch on fire without a doubt. So you have to stand by with your water bottle and put them back out so you can have smoke, because if you've got flames, you don't have as much smoke. You put the flame out, you get more smoke, which gives you more flavor. And once again, this is pecan wood. We're using pecan. Let it sit. We'll be right back, folks. Well, it just came up above 200 a little bit, so I turned the heat off. I've got plenty of smoke for a little while. If I notice that smoke goes away, I've either got a fire or I need more fire or more heat. So just, you got to keep an eye on it. I'm going to be opening and closing this. I'm probably going to wear the hinges out, but that's okay, because this chicken is going to taste wonderful once I'm done with it. And you like about this much smoke, if not a little bit more, coming off of your wood for about 3 hours for these cuts. folks, we got some fire. All you do, make sure your heat's down. Take your spray bottle, just squirt it out. That's it. Close your lid back down. And what you need to do to make sure you ain't got no fire is watch your heat. Your heat starts going up, you know you've got some flames. Keep that around 200 degrees and squirt your bottle.
They don't understand where I come from. I've been down, but I came up from the bottom. Ain't a product of the lotto. Leave no glass, I drink my liquor out the bottle. Roll motherfuckers high.
Okay folks, it's been about 3 hours and I've got all my smoke burnt up. It's plenty smoked. It's smoked really good. So as you can see, that chicken's been smoked well. I just want to bring the heat up and make sure with a thermometer, a meat thermometer, that those are at least cooked to 165 degrees for safety and health reasons.
Oh my gosh, Kevin. It's beautiful.
And that's the end of this video, folks, is, you know, just keep an eye on it. That's my best advice, is keep an eye on the fire. As you can see, mine is gone. After 3 hours, that smoke, that fuel, those wood chips are gone.